Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, come with another lesson through the Spirit. And Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right, and before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem HaHakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. All right. So the name of this lesson is going to be Keep Your House Clean. All right. Keep your house clean. And pretty much that's just a metaphor, you know what I'm saying? A metaphor for, your own bodies, you know what I'm saying? Your own vessels. All right. Like the scriptures say, to make your own calling and election sure, you know what I'm saying? You, as in the kingdom of heaven dwelling within you, you would be that house. You would be that vessel. See what I'm saying? So keep it clean. All right. And this lesson was pretty much inspired by the beloved brother, Amawan Araya. All right. Let me show you his channel real quick. Bear with me. All right, so this is the beloved brother's channel. All right, on YouTube is GMS Shining Light Ba. All right, GMS Shining Light Ba. And his lesson is, don't let these demons consume you. All right, do not let these demons consume you, man. You know, that was an excellent lesson. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead, subscribe, and be edified. All right. And let's dive into this lesson. All right. So, again, that was the beloved brother Amawan Araya. And, this is just a quick exhortation, you know what I'm saying, through the Spirit, to hopefully edify the body in the basics. You know what I mean? Remember, never neglect the basics, right? Never neglect the basics. All right, so I'm coming in the same spirit pretty much as the brother, you know what I'm saying, which he brought out some amazing points. And I want to hit one of the scriptures that he brought out. And yeah, that's going to be one I'm going to start with. All right, so let's go to the book of Matthew. Okay. And let's hit Matthew chapter 12. All right, so Matthew chapter 12. Let's start at verse 43. It reads, "When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished." All right. So when you come into this truth, okay, you're baptized, right? Now in the ancient world, you know what I'm saying, you was baptized through the cleansing of the water. All right. Now you are baptized through the hearing of this word. You see what I'm saying? Through the washing of this word. All right, through the preaching of this word. That's in that's in the book of Romans, where Paul says, you know what I'm saying, how can you believe except he hear it? All right, how can you hear except there be a preacher? You see what I'm saying? So it's through the washing of this word that that cleanses your inner house. You see what I'm saying? So continuing on, verse 45, then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. All right. So the point being is to keep your house cleansed. All right. Keep your house clean. You know, because when you come into this truth, you're a new man. But if you don't clean this house thoroughly, continually, you know what I'm saying? All right, that same spirit that you dealt with before, that same demon that was plaguing you before, all right, he's gonna come back, and he's gonna come back with even more demons, even more spirits. You know what I'm saying? It's even worse. All right, even stronger. All right, so you have to constantly remain in that in that spirit of cleansing it, cleansing your house. All right, keep it clean, man. Always note that as we inch closer and closer to the day of our salvation, right, closer and closer to the end, as we're going, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures say from glory to glory, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing, man. We're inching closer and closer towards the final day, where Yahawah comes back and saves his elect. All right? But as we progress further, this walk is going to get harder and harder. See what I'm saying? The spirit, all right, the spirit will always war against the flesh. That's the key point to remember. The spirit will always war against the flesh. And that's for anybody. All right, that's for anybody in life. You know what I'm saying? The spirit always wars against the flesh. Okay? But it's much more so for those of us that's in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because for those that's out in the world, you know what I'm saying, they never really contemplate these things. You know what I'm saying? These spiritual matters. All right? Because they walk in the flesh. It's nothing new to them. You know what I'm saying? But those that actively war against the flesh, this is a constant battle. See what I'm saying? So the spirit will always war against the flesh, man. Even the Apostle Paul had expressed as much, right? That's in Romans. Let's go to Romans. All right, so let's go to Romans chapter 7, and let's start at verse 16. You know, let's start at verse 15. Romans 7 and 15, it says, "For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that I do not. But what I hate, that I do. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is, in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me." All right? "But how to perform that which is good, I find not." You see the constant battle? All right? The constant battle that Paul was talking about. Right? Let's keep going. Verse 19. It says, "For the good that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now if I do that, Now if I do that I would not, it is more, or it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then a law, that when I would do good, evil is present with me. That's the point. All right? That's the point. Evil is always present. You know what I'm saying? So there's no escaping, all right, the evil that's going to dwell, because we remain in these earthly bodies, these earthly vessels. You see what I'm saying? Like it says in the book of Jude, the chains of darkness. All right? These are those chains of darkness. Because we can't escape evil. It's always present. All right? So it's a constant fight that you have to continue to keep battling. You see what I'm saying? Hell, even Yahawah had mentioned this. Let me put that in. How's did that go? Bear with me. All right, so this Slovakia. All right, so this is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 41. It says, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." All right, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is Yahawah in his darkest hour. You know what I'm saying? He's about to be betrayed. He's about to undergo persecution. You know what I'm saying? At the highest degree. And he was gonna have to deal with these accusations and be crucified. You see? And that wasn't a joyous time for him. You see what I'm saying? It was the hardest time that any human being could have dealt with on that, at that moment. You see what I'm saying? So he was fearful. All right? But at the same time, his spirit was willing. All right? So that fear was coming from what? It was coming from the flesh. You see? So how much more, for his disciples, man? Because we have to go in his stead, man. The scriptures say that the servant is not above his master. So we got to go through that same persecution, that same hardship of betrayal and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? As we're in the feast of unleavened bread, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that we reflect on, right? We reflect on the Lord's sacrifice. Okay, we reflect on, the whole process of this ceremony of unleavened bread. The feast of unleavened bread is to remove the leaven from within, right? Well, that's the whole point of this lesson. All right, keep your house clean. As a matter of fact, that's the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because the apostles always say that around the Passover, there's always a cleaning up of the house. There's always an in-house cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Within Israel, there's always an in-house cleaning within Israel, man. All right. And what are we seeing happening right now? Okay, with this character Eleazar, what's going on with the so-called chief priest? You know what I'm saying? Who relinquished his own title. Okay, and right now there's literally more nonsense that's coming to surface on this cat. You know what I'm saying? Which is just deplorable. All right, it's just deplorable. You see? And he's a clear example as to why we should continue to clean our houses. You see what I'm saying? Clean your house. All right? The point, that's the point. You know what I'm saying? Continually keep the flesh under control. All right? If you're in the flesh more than you are in the spirit, then you'll consistently fail in the tests that the Lord sends your way. You know what I'm saying? Because every one of us has to go through tests, and each test is tailored or tailor-made to our own spirit. You see what I'm saying? My test is not the same as your test. Your test is not the same as the next person's test. You see what I'm saying? And every one of us has our own sort of our own, what's the word? Our own weak spots, right? We all have our own weaknesses. Okay? The point is if you can overcome those weaknesses. All right? But if you're in the flesh more than you are in the spirit, then you can continue to fail at that test every time. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget the spiritual tools that you have to combat the flesh, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget the things that you can do, the things that you have readily available to you, man. All right? You have to pray. First and foremost, pray, pray, pray. Pray without ceasing. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind, man. All right? When you're out and about, you know what I'm saying? When you're just out getting groceries, when you're going around, you know what I'm saying? You're heading on your way to work. You're heading home. You know what I'm saying? You're picking up the kids. Things like that, man. Every time, just pray, man. All right? Fast. Fast when it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know that there's a particularly strong demon that's battling you, man. Fast. Couple that with prayer. Remember when Yahawah told his disciples, right? That some demons, they won't depart unless you fast and pray. All right? What did he say? He said, this kind go not out, but by fasting and prayer. All right? Let me get this precept real quick. All right, this is the book of 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 27. It reads, "But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway." You know what I'm saying? All right. Again, like the character chief priest Alazar. You know what I'm saying? Who's no longer chief priest. What happened? He didn't keep he didn't keep under his body and bring it into subjection. All right. He was preaching to others, but now he himself is being cast away. You see? And all of this is happening in real time for all of Israel to see. Okay? I'm going to read that again. "But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway." All right? These basic principles are very important. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, going back to the basics, don't neglect the basics. And yet these are the very things that's going to keep you stable. All right? These are the foundations, the foundational building blocks of this faith. You know what I'm saying? Simple things. Prayer, fasting. You know what I'm saying? Read the scriptures. Okay? Read the scriptures, man. Yahawah said it. Search the scriptures. Let me get that real quick. Right, this is the book of John. John chapter 5 and verse 39. It says, "Search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me." You see? So continue to read the scriptures, man. Don't forget to read. All right? Listen to the lessons. Listen to the lessons from the men of the Lord. All right? The prophets, the men that are coming in the true doctrine, beginning with our apostles and elders on down, man. Okay? This wise counsel will help you remain in the correct path. Let me get this precept real quick. Let me see. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 21. Okay, it says, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee." All right, that word from behind you is what? It's the apostles, or it's the prophets. Okay, it's the prophets. That word behind you is what? That's the shepherd. You see? When the prophets speak, the prophets are only speaking the words that are given to us through the Heavenly Father's beloved Son, Yahawah. You see what I'm saying? And that's the very same testimony that the Lord gave, or that the Lord gave us from his Father. Okay? So again, it says, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand or when ye turn to the left." You see? And so we was made to be watchmen. We was made to be, you know what I'm saying, the watchers of your souls, as the scriptures say. All right? And Yahawah said, "The good shepherd laid down his life for the sheep." So the same way he did, so for the same way he did for his body, all right, the men of the Lord have to do the same for the rest of the body. Okay? So we have an obligation to do this because souls are at stake. All right? Teaching you these basic principles is what will help you. You know what I'm saying? What will keep you stable? What will help you know what I'm saying, save your souls, right? To save his life. Let me get that real quick. That's in Ezekiel. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, Thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand." See? So we're out here doing a service for you. All right? Through the grace of our Heavenly Father, all right, through his beloved Son, Yahawah Mashiach. Okay? It's only by him that we're out here able to preach this word to you. You see? So we make of ourselves no reputation, just like Yahawah made no reputation of himself. Okay? But when you see all these false prophets out here, you know what I'm saying, who's coming out with flashy garments, and they're coming out here, you know what I'm saying, making a name for themselves, all right? All I'm going to say is what the scriptures say. By their fruit ye shall know them. You see? By their fruits ye shall know them, man. And lastly, the last point I'm going to make is never become complacent. You see? Never become complacent. Keep your house clean. Don't become complacent in doing so. All right? You have to continually do this. Keep washing your house, man. Keep it clean. You see what I'm saying? Through these different tools that you have. All right? Keep it clean. You know, when you're complacent, you know, you learn this a lot in my line of work. You know what I'm saying? In my line of work, when you become complacent, you will fuck your ass up. Real talk, man. If you become complacent, you know what I'm saying, dealing with heavy machinery and heavy steel, you know what I'm saying? If you become complacent, you're gonna get hurt. All right? So don't become complacent, man. All right? Becoming complacent is going to lead to you becoming a slothful servant. Right? And becoming a slothful servant, it will inevitably result in you falling out of the truth. Why? Because you're becoming lukewarm. All right? And a servant who's become lukewarm is merely just going through the motions. You see what I'm saying? Just going through the motions, like on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's really no true fire or passion behind serving the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just going to the men who believe in this truth and who, you know, preach the gospel. It's not just going to the servants that's laboring in this truth. It's going also to the believers, man. You men, women, and children out there who listen in and who believe on these words, man. All right? Do not become a slothful servant. You have to stay on this grind, man, and keep pushing, regardless. Let's get this in the book of Revelation. I think I'll end it here. All right? All right, Revelation chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 16, it says, so then, because thou art lukewarm, you know, let's start at verse 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert hot or cold. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither hot nor cold, I will spew thee out of my mouth. You see what I'm saying? And Salakia, that was a bit of a tongue twister, but yeah, the point is, you know what I'm saying, if you're not on fire for this truth, all right, get the hell on out. You see what I'm saying? You know, he'd rather you have your yays or your nays, man. But if you're just in between, you know, you're one of these entry level Israelites, you know what I'm saying? And you know how I feel, you know what I say about that one, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Don't be that nigga. All right. Don't be that nigga. See what I'm saying? But this goes out to, you know, to all you believers out there, you know what I'm saying, amongst the tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, all right, Hispanics, Seminole Indians, excuse me, and to you speckled birds out there that scattered abroad. All right. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem HaHakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.